Hello everyone. So today I want to share with you guys, the message is about anger. I don't know about you guys, but I've let anger control a lot of my life. And it's an emotion that we all feel at times. We all feel angry at times. And there's certain situations that just really get to us, and we lash out and we react maybe how we don't want to react. I don't know about you guys, but I hate to see myself angry. I don't like how I become when I'm angry. I think it's like one of the ugliest version of myself is when I'm angry. And today I want to say that it's time to take control of our anger and not let it control us. So, anger is defined in the dictionary as a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. And I'm sure a lot of us have felt annoyed at a certain point or displeased with a certain thing or hostile about something. Now, there are 3 types of anger which help shape how we react in a situation that makes us angry. There's passive aggression, open aggression, and assertive anger. Okay, now I'm going to tell you exactly what each of those mean. So passive aggression, it's pretty much the one where it says, I'm just going to read it off. Passive aggressive behaviors are those that involve acting indirectly aggressive rather than directly aggressive. Passive aggressive people regularly exhibit resistance to requests or demands from family and other individuals, often by procrastinating, expressing slowness, or acting stubborn. So it's basically when you're like being sarcastic about it and you're not being like openly like aggressive. Then open aggression, that one's a pretty obvious one. On the other hand, many people have a tendency to lash out in anger and rage, becoming physically or verbally aggressive, and can oftentimes cause, huge problems. Then there's assertive aggression, which this one's the more logical one. This one it's the ability to resolve conflicts in a way that is productive and respectful to everyone concerned. It means you are talking about the situation that has caused disharmony without intentionally hurting other people's feelings. Assertive aggression is the middle ground when it comes to anger. So I feel like this one is it's the best one because it's the one where you actually, talk things out, and it's the one that we should, hope for to be. So I was recently reading this book. It's called It's Okay to Be Angry. And it's mainly for women, right? So healthy emotions for women. And I'm going to read to you first what it says here in the back. And it literally, like, as soon as I read this, like, it hooked me. Did you know that it is okay to get angry? In fact, anger is a proper and godly response to some of the challenges we face. While the Bible admonishes us to be long-suffering, it also shows how anger can be a vital tool in God's hands for bringing about needed change. This insightful and powerful and practical book corrects the popular notion that good Christian women should never get angry. Not for any reason, not at anyone, not ever. Instead, the author shows women how to express the anger in healthy, productive ways that lead to personal growth and stronger relationships. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to keep letting anger ruin my friendships, my relationships with others. So I think it's important so I thought this was important, and I was hooked once I read that. And I want to read to you guys a couple things from this book, so stick with me. I swear it'll be worth it. So the first chapter is called Anger, Friend or Foe. And basically this one talks about how 2,400 women respond to a survey. And the survey was to complete the following sentence. When I get angry, so these are things that they do when they get angry. And I'm sure some of you will relate to some of these things. I know I did. So usually I keep my anger inside and let it build up until I'm basically fed up. Felt that one. Don't immediately express it. I rationalize the situation, or I contemplate the cause and validity of my reaction to the cause. That's the one that I'm trying to reach and be better at. I get sarcastic and biting in my comments. I fish for someone to ask me what is wrong. Guilty. I find it easy to stuff it and get depressed, because anger, as we know, can lead to depression. I fume inside and snap at people. I do use words to express it, but I become snappy and impatient. I felt that one too. I drive myself crazy. Me too. Oh, this one. I get ugly. If I happen to walk by a mirror, I'm surprised at how hateful I look. I want to hurt back with words. I want that person to be sorry they hurt me, and then I'm sorry at my own selfishness. Yeah, because, we are not our best selves when we get angry, and sometimes we surprise ourselves the way we react, and it's like, that's not me. And it can be a very ugly thing. I'm probably more negative. I tend to clam up, and I know that is wrong. I scream, I yell, then cry. Oh, me too. Yeah, I'm a crier after I get angry. Just so weird. I feel sad for feeling that way. Then I lose my patience. I feel out of control and lash out. I regret my behavior later. I even hate myself at the time, but I can't seem to stop. Either button up for a while, or I rage like a crazy person, or I express myself passionately but in a controlled way. Hit a wall, throw something, tend to yell and want to hit someone. Sometimes walk away and let it simmer underneath. Sometimes I raise my voice and express it. Sometimes I yell. Sometimes I take the person aside and talk calmly about it. So anger is a strange thing and puzzling feeling, isn't it? It's not a signal to be ignored. Like a postcard sent a bulk rate, it's more like a special delivery telling you that you're being hurt. Your rights are being trampled. You're living in fear. You're frustrated, or you're ignoring something significant in your life. You could be feeling angry because you're trying too hard to please others and neglecting yourself. Or maybe you're being doted on too much by others and feeling deprived by the chance to grow and become more independent. And now, I want to share another survey that they did. What are some of the and this survey they asked, what are some of the factors which increase your vulnerability to anger? So here we're going to see where the anger can be seen in women, by the way. This is specifically for women. So they asked they made 722 surveys with that question, and this is what they discovered. 48% identified fatigue or being tired. 28% mentioned stress. 20% said injustice. 14% mentioned children. 13% said PMS, menstrual cycle. 11% said pain or illness. 9% stated feeling out of control or helplessness. 8% identified frustration. 7% said communication with their husband. 7% said it was a spiritual problem. I'm sure some of you can relate to this. So now, how can we use anger as a protector and a defense? So this is how we use anger as a defense. These are some examples. We use anger to alleviate the pain of guilt. We use anger to defend against hurt. We use anger to defend against a loss. We use anger as a defense against the feeling of being trapped or hopeless. We use anger as a defense against fear. Now, what anger keeps us from accomplishing? Because, we let anger control us so much that we let it, once we let it control us, it gets in the ways of our hopes or dreams and things that we want to accomplish. So these are some of the things that keep us from accomplishing. Anger keeps us from confronting the source of our fear. Anger keeps guilt alive. Anger keeps grief alive. Anger closes off communication. Anger keeps us feeling like victims. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of letting anger control my life. And I'm tired of giving anger the power. I think it's time that we take back the power and we let God control us and give us the spirit of, of where we could decipher from right from wrong, and decipher in certain situations and have control of it in a proper passive manner. So I want to share with you guys a couple verses about anger, and I want to close with that. So Romans 12:21 says, "Don't be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." And then Ephesians 4:26 says, "Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger." And that is a very important one. I do not like to go to sleep angry. It's just not a good feeling. And you notice there how it says be angry, but don't sin. And then after it says don't sin. So because anger is a normal emotion, it's a normal emotion that we feel. But don't let anger control your flesh, and don't sin because of it. And then I want to finish it off with this. James 1:19. I want to encourage you all. James 1:19 says, "Know this, my beloved brothers, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to be angry." I hope that this brings life and transformation into your life. And don't forget, live by faith, not by sight. Don't let your anger overcome you today. You have the power. Take back the power and give it all to God. And I'm sure that all that anger, He will give you the spirit to go about it in a different way. Have a good one. Bye.